The play of Lamelo Ball and Liangelo Ball, it needs to be taken with a grain of salt in this first preseason game against the Boston Celtics. I'm going to give you numerous reasons why. I see a lot of people up in the awe, right now. Pump the brakes, y'all. It is the preseason. I understand we got expectations. I understand, but we must understand that this is the preseason. So with all due respect, everything is going to work itself out. The Charlotte Hornets got pummeled today. Let's keep it 100. But at the end of the day, it's the preseason, so I wasn't really too, alarmed by the score or really anything about this game. If you could see, the Celtics really wasn't going hard either. Obviously the Hornets are a younger team with a lot more, to put on the table, so they really have to step it up. But I mean, it is what it is. PJ Washington tonight only put up 4 points. Kelly Oubre was the leading scorer with 17. So clearly, we need to take this with a grain of salt. We're gonna get into Liangelo Ball, but NB1, the one of one, tonight. We're playing with a double-double, damn near double-double with 7 rebounds, 14 points in 25 minutes, 4 assists. Some people would say that wasn't his best performance, but hey, it's the preseason. That's why we need to pump the brakes. I've seen teams, lose every game in the preseason and fuck around and go on win streaks, mess around and be, one of the best teams to start. So the preseason is very tricky. I'm telling you, you might see a team that's head and shoulders above everybody in the preseason. They went undefeated. Now they can't squeak a game out, in the regular season. So I want everybody to just take it easy. Let's continue. Scary Terry tonight. He did his usual, 11 points. Jalen McDaniels came in solid with 10. My man Dennis Smith Jr. rolled in with just 11 minutes. He had 8 points. I was impressed with that. Mark Wood. Everybody got minutes. That's one thing that I can say. Liangelo Ball got his fair share of minutes, but Jello missed every shot that he took when he was out there. Let's stop acting like we haven't seen something like this before, where Jello, he may have not had the best encounter that first game, but you've seen the next game, he delivered. I see the keys to Liangelo. Liangelo gonna have to hit shots. When he's back in that opportunity again, you got to make it count. You got to hit those shots, when you right then and there. I think if Jello would have hit maybe, 1 or 2 of those, I think he would have received extended minutes, but I think he understands now the keys to success. It's very reminiscent to me of that game that happened in the preseason, even though this is the main roster. It was preseason, not preseason, in the summer league. His first game back, where obviously they had the protocols or whatever, he had to kiss his first game back. And then basically on that first game back, he took a shot and he missed it, but they took him out. They yanked his ass out the game. And then, we haven't seen him ever since. But then what happens the next game following, he receives extended minutes. And then he mess around and put on, looking like one of the better players on the floor. And I'm expecting to see that in the next game. They have a game rolling up in Indiana. Everybody check that out this Wednesday. Make sure y'all tuned in to Flight Sports TV. So we give y'all some early predictions on that and play-by-play analysis, but I definitely expect Lamelo Ball to, be in full effect in that game. I think what we can expect every game in and game out in this preseason is for them to ratchet the intensity up just a little bit more. Just a little bit more every game, before you know it, there'll be a well-oiled machine. But I'm definitely expecting the team to just continue to ratchet things up, just continue to pick it up, continue to pick up the play, and like I said, before you know it, man, this is going to be a good team to start off that opening night in San Antonio, which I do expect them to win that game. That's why I don't want people to lose it. You got to think, the Hornets, they easily could mess around and start the season off on a great note, I don't know why nobody's pointing this out. Everybody's just acting like it's the end of the world for the Charlotte Hornets. It's not. It's not all doom and gloom. They got to take every game in this preseason and make it count. You got Indiana. You got another game against the Boston Celtics. You got the Washington Wizards. You got the Philadelphia 76ers. And then, you get extended. That's on the 12th, the Sixer game, and then you get some rest up until the 19th. Let me tell you something right now. This game against San Antonio could be had, and this game against the New Orleans Pelicans, I know it's star-studded, but, it's still a good opportunity for them to take that game, Pelicans Hornets, so be on the lookout for that one. I think that's going to be a hell of a game. And I think the Charlotte Hornets can get that one due to the fact of you're at home, that's a home opener. That building is going to be raucous. You understand? I think they get a lift from their home court and seal that game against New Orleans. And then in Atlanta, is all, who knows what could happen in that game. But they go on a little road trip, to start off. You got Atlanta, New York, and Orlando, for the Charlotte Hornets. So I'm just looking at the Hornets like, I expect them to ratchet things up game in and game out leading until the 19th against the San Antonio Spurs, which is going to be a showdown in San Antonio. A lot of people think the Spurs is coming in the tank. It's going to be hard. I'm going to have to see a Greg Popovich team tank for me to believe they about to go out here and just quit. I think they got their work cut out for them, but it's going to be good. And there's going to be a home opener in San Antonio. So I could see that crowd, being just as raucous. So just everybody pump the brakes. Liangelo will get another opportunity, another crack at it. He isn't going anywhere. I like that the team embraced him. I've seen people really looking for him. Obviously, we want to see him on the floor with Lamelo. We didn't get an opportunity to see that. I hope that we do. But Jello, hopefully he's in that gym every day leading into the next couple of games that he's going to have, because Liangelo Ball has to hit those shots, and make them all count, because that way he could secure his spot. It's only so far, he's got to deliver, at the end of the day. That way you don't leave no stone unturned. You got to hit these shots, I think it's huge. So we've seen a lot of players that was out there, and I'm happy that Liangelo was one of those guys. So everything is going scheduled to plan. He just needs to separate himself, just so he got a little more opportunity. So he'll have another crack up in Boston to shake the cobwebs off of this game that they just had. And I hope that they do that. And actually, the Celtics will be rolling into Charlotte. So let's hope that, it could be a change on that, on this preseason game against the Indiana Pacers is in Charlotte. So basically the next 3 games will be in Charlotte around that home crowd. So I expect that to give this team a lift. It's Flight Sports. Make sure y'all tune in. Take this performance with a little grain of salt. We're getting up out of here.